I'm Katie Allman reporting for Katie Chats at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto. Hi, I'm Katie Allman reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto with screenwriter SHERNOLD EDWARDS. How does it feel to be in production on your most recent adapted screenplay, A Day Late and a Dollar Short?
It feels amazing. You say most recent. It's actually my first one. And it's also a bit of a homecoming. It's really lovely to be able to shoot in Toronto, in a city that I know and that I love and where I grew up, and also to be able to bring my family who still lives here onto set with me so that they could finally understand what it is that I do, as opposed to being worried about me not having grocery money. It's lovely. It's really, I can't say enough about it.
What was your initial response when you found out that Whoopi Goldberg was in the film?
I was about to curse, but I can't do that. So I will say, yippee! It was crazy. I mean, one of my earliest memories of wanting to be a writer was watching The Color Purple on the big screen with my mom and my aunties and whatnot, and thinking to myself, no, I don't want to be the person on screen. I don't want to be in the movie. I want to tell that story. I want to touch people in the way that this is touching me. So, when you write, sometimes you have an actor, an actress, somebody in mind that you can picture while you're writing it. And, I did. I pictured Whoopi a little bit, and my mom as well, two sort of really incredible women while I was writing it. And then I put it away and I let the producers handle their business with the script. And when they turned around and told me that Whoopi Goldberg loved the project and loved the script and wanted to be involved, I don't think I still believe it. I think I'll wake up 3 weeks from now and be like, what happened? Whoopi, what?
Yeah.
So it's incredible.
And what has it been like for your family being here and visiting set, I'm sure?
They are ecstatic. Yeah, we were all on set on Monday, and the crew treated them like their own family. It was lovely. My father got to meet Whoopi. He squealed like a little schoolgirl. He kissed her hand. She was great. She was chatting with him all day. She really likes him. And my mom and my aunts had a lovely time. They got the full experience. They got to be treated like extras. They were featured extras in a scene, so they were seated right behind the Whoopi Goldberg character while we were shooting this big fabulous church scene, and she was cracking jokes all night. And my mom was like, Whoopi, like they're best friends. Oh, Whoopi? Oh, of course, Whoopi. Well, Whoopi said, so they would just, they'll be talking about it forever.
What initially really drew you to Terry Mcmillan's book?
Well, luckily, I was actually very lucky. I've always loved Terry Mcmillan's work. So many women have read and men have read Waiting to Exhale and Stella. And, I've read a few Terry Mcmillan books. But this one I wasn't familiar with until the producers were looking for a writer to adapt it. And I was really fortunate that my script got into the pile to be considered, and then incredibly fortunate on top of that it rose to the top and that they liked my voice and decided to give me a shot at adapting this book.
What do you think it was about your voice that really made your script stand out?
That's really, it's interesting. I find, Los Angeles is a hard place to break into, and it's hard to get a job. And because there's so much involved, it's not cheap. You can't make a movie for 2 loonies and a nickel. So you have to sort of know what you're getting into, and people like to work with writers that they know can deliver. So my writing sample that they read happened to be about a multi-generational, dysfunctional family, the very strong set of parental units at the top, and some adult children who have some really interesting problems going on. And that's what the movie is about too. And further to that, the Terry Mcmillan novel and the movie is about the matriarch realizing that she really has to pull her family together. She's got some health issues, and now is the time to make amends and try to get everybody to love each other again.
And how did growing up in Mississauga help influence you as a writer and help connect you to a story like this one?
The story is incredibly personal, I think, not just to me, but to a lot of people. You know, we all have families. If we're fortunate enough to still have our parents with us, we know what that's like. You know, you grow up and you think, my parents are perfect and they know so much. And then you get to the age when you're about 30, you're just like, oh, you don't know anything. You know, and then you admire them for even, you know, not drowning you in the bathtub when you were acting up as a teenager, because it's so hard to be a parent. So I've gone through that with my own parents, and now we have a friendship in my adult years that I never thought possible. But, you know, growing up in Mississauga, we were all very close because you can't go anywhere in Mississauga. It's just like trees and bushes and whatnot when I grew up there. So we spent a lot of time together as a family telling stories. My parents would tell stories all the time, and, you know, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I'm a storyteller, you know, listening to them talk about their childhoods and me writing down their little stories and then expanding them into my own stories. So, you know, growing up in a nice safe suburb is, you know, but then you have to leave and get into some danger, so you have something else to write about.
And what advice would you give to an aspiring writer?
You know what? You know, people told me when I was starting out, and I still believe it's true, you know, you have to write what you know. But when you run out of things, you know, you have to go out and live life. You have to do things. You have to experience things. You have to get hurt. You have to love. You have to, I know it just sounds so silly, but you do. You have to leave your dark basement, and you can't watch, you know, The Sopranos over and over again. Yes, it's amazing. You know, after you're finished with The Wire, go outside. Go do something. Not just to the movies. I mean, like, go tidal bore rafting. Go on a speed date. I don't know. Just live life.
And you've written on many successful shows, Kink in My Hair and Haven. What's next for you?
What's next? Yeah. I have so many things percolating that I can't quite talk about. But, you know, I have a bunch of ideas of my own that I'd like to get off the ground that I'm talking to some producers about, both in Los Angeles and in Canada. I love Canada. I'm Canadian. I love coming home to write, and I'm still working on Haven, actually. You know, as soon as we're done here, I need to get my butt back to my laptop and write my next episode that goes into production in a couple of weeks. So.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and to follow your exciting career online?
Oh, gracious. Who wants to do that? You know, you can find me on Twitter at Shernold Edwards. Real simple. I think I might have to be a little bit more social.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And IMDb too. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations and best of luck with your film and your upcoming projects as well.
Thank you, Katie. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you. I'm Katie Ullman reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.